Okay, let's talk about things that I don't really like about The Hidden World. You remember the film that came out like 3 months ago? That was filmed? Yeah. Even though it just recently came on DVD, I'm gonna talk about it. Well, it came out like a week, came out like 10 days ago or something like that. And yeah, you can probably see the sun setting in the background, even though it's daytime right now. Whenever you're watching this video, it's like, what, June 1st? Yeah, right now it's May 31st, so I'm recording this video at like 9:20 p.m. and I'm going to upload it tomorrow, which will technically be today when I upload the video. But anyways, today I'm here talking about what I don't like about How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World, and yeah, it's kind of a new thing because I did a video like this about like a month ago of what I don't like about Avengers Endgame, so I'm going to probably do these with more movies, like probably, hold on, like maybe Toy Story 4 I'll do probably one of those, maybe. And then Spider-Man Far From Home, I might do one of those videos, but yeah. What I don't like about How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World. Let's get into it. Okay, so, what I don't like about this movie is the fact that the villain of this film, Grimmel, he was the really tall guy, like the gray hair and all that. I'll probably show a picture on the screen right now so you can see what he looks like. And yeah, the problem with this, one of the problems that I had with this movie is that they made the trailer seem as if he was the best of the best, anyone they've ever faced off against. And he was. Like, he's super powerful and all that, he's very skilled, and, everything they tried to do, he was, like, outsmarting them in every way, and obviously Hiccup thought, and he was just another villain that they could defeat within, some time. But they couldn't, because he was one of the best villains they've ever faced off against, one of the best enemies they've ever faced off against, and he was really hard to defeat, even though he was defeated in a very simple way that they probably could have done in like 10 minutes or something. If he would have like done something like that, probably not. But he was defeated in such an easy way that made me feel as if this movie was a big letdown. Because the trailers, they made it seem like he was powerful, which he was, and all that. He was very skilled, which he was. He was outsmarting everyone in every way. But then, when it came to the end of the movie, when he was facing off against Tick, when they were falling from the cliff, I'll probably show a picture or a video on the screen right now if I can find one. And if I can't, then that would have just been a cut right there, and yeah, it would have been something like that. So, as you probably just saw, in that clip, maybe not, I don't really know, but yeah, it was defeated. It was such an easy way that made me feel like this movie was a big letdown, because in the second film, when he was facing off against Drago, which was the villain in the second movie, which came out in 2014, which was 5 years ago, it was very powerful. It was very good. It was such an amazing film that, like, the trailers made him seem as if he was really powerful and everything, which he was, and he was almost about to like win, like permanently, because he was going to Berk. He was going to like take over all the dragons, which he did. He was doing everything right. With Grimmel, I mean, he was doing everything right, but then it was such an easy way he was defeated, which I didn't like about it. But with Drago, they actually had to like think. They had to, well, I mean, they had to think with Grimmel, obviously, but with this person, it was so, because when they tried to do stuff, it didn't work, and then, they came with, like, the Alpha Toothless, when he turned blue and all that, and then he was fighting against Drago and all his dragons, which were also their dragons, because they were basically hypnotized, or whatever it's called, or they were under the Alpha Dragon's control at the time, and the way he was defeated was a lot better than the way Grimmel was defeated, because he just took his leg off and then he fell into the water, and that was it. But with Drago, they actually had to plan out a way to defeat him, you know, do this and then do this, and then they had to do this, which also caused his dad to die, and that was very tragic, let me tell you. But yeah, that's one thing I did like about it, because they made the villain of the second film better than the third one, even though the third one was the best of the best. It was just kind of the second one was like the biggest villain, or the, I don't really know how to describe it, but he was defeated in a better way than Grima was. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so another reason I don't like this movie, or this, don't get me wrong, this movie was a great movie, but one reason I don't like this about this film is that, okay, I said this in my last video, what I don't like about Endgame is that I don't really know if it's like a reason, it's just that there wasn't a lot of like you know in the first movie how there was like a lot of like interesting action sequences going on here and there, you know, they were fighting dragons and then they were training against, or they were fighting against dragons in that arena, and then there was like, you know, and there was the humor part, and then there was more training in the arena, and then there was the final battle with the, what was it, the Green Death, the Red Death? I think it was Red Death. And then the second film, there was literally action here and there. There was Dragon Race at the beginning, and then there was like a good solid 15-20 minutes without any action. Okay, and then there was probably action again. Yeah, there was action again, and then like interesting things were happening here and there. And then with the Hidden World, it was like it kind of drifted off the whole Toothless and Light Fury thing a little too long, in my opinion. It literally, like, it took up, like, a whole, like, 75% of the film, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of what it's supposed to be about. Not really action, it's more like a love story, I guess. I think that's what it's supposed to be about, with, like, Toothless and the Light Fury, you know, meeting up and all that, falling in love and everything, and going to the Hidden World and all, and everything else. But, like, there wasn't even any action, like, at all, like, with Endgame. There is interesting things happening, at least. There was action, but there is interesting things happening. And with the Hidden World, it kind of drifted the whole Toothless Light Fury thing off for like a long time. And that was just, but it paid off in the end, I guess, because the ending of the film was very good. I'll have to admit that. But yeah, they just kind of drifted off the whole Toothless Light Fury thing for a little too long. If they would have had it for like, let's say half the movie, and then half of it would have been trying to stop Grima, that, I feel like, would have been better, but the whole Toothless Light Fury thing kind of lasted longer than the whole trying to stop Rimmel thing, because that kind of started in the beginning, and then it was the Toothless and Light Fury thing for, like, the whole middle, which was, like, 50 an hour long, somewhere around there, and then the last 20 minutes was, like, action and everything, again. So, like, it just drifted out the whole Toothless and Light Fury thing for a little too long, so that's kind of the problem that I have with this. And yeah, that's kind of all I got for today. That's all I really have. That's 3 reasons why I don't like this film. Mainly because not really the lack of action, but, you know, kind of the lack of action. The easy way they defeated Grima and drag out of Toothless and Light Fury. And I guess, you know, the humor part, there was a lot of humor in that movie, so I guess that was kind of one thing I liked about this film, is that there was a lot of funny parts, because usually, like with Endgame, there was really action, but there was more humor in it, so that's one thing, I guess, that paid off in this movie of The Hidden World, was that there was, you know, humor and everything. So, I mean, I guess that was kind of the thing, but the main problem I have with this movie is probably the Toothless and Light Fury thing. It was just dragged out for way too long. And, yeah. So that's basically all I have for you today. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to upload it tomorrow, June 1st, 2019. That's probably when you're going to see this video, most likely, because it's like 9:30 right now, and the sun's going down. There's really no point uploading this video. So I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm not uploading, like, what, 10 days? It's going to be 10 days tomorrow, but, like, yeah, sorry about that. It's just, like, there's nothing to film, nothing to upload. I could film another gaming video, or I could film a reaction video. I really have no idea. But I guess I'll just see you guys in my next video. Peace.